Hi everybody, I'm Ulrich with You Fix It Auto, and today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be flushing the coolant from my truck. Although tedious, it is actually a very simple job, and of course everything that I use in this video will be linked down in the description below. If you remember from my water pump video, when I removed the upper radiator hose, you can see corrosion and contaminants, so that's what made me want to flush it. So the materials that we're going to need for this project is distilled water. I actually ended up using about 5 gallons. We're going to need a flush and cleaner, and we're going to need a 50-50 mix for after it's all drained out. I'm using distilled water because if you end up using hose water, for example, there end up being contaminants in there that end up corroding the system. Because I changed out the water pump, and there's actually no coolant in the system, so I won't be draining out the coolant to begin with. So I'm going to start by uncapping my reservoir tank, and I'm going to empty the flush cleaner into the system. After that's all in, then we move on to pouring in distilled water until the system is at max. A funnel would be useful, but I couldn't find any of mine, so I'm trying to go in it by eye. So I'll just cap it off and drive it a couple hundred miles to make sure that all the flush cleaner goes through the system. While I drive it around, I'm just going to make sure that the heater's on full blast so that way it can circulate through the heater core. And don't worry, I'm not going 100 miles per hour. It just may be time for a new stepper motor. A couple hundred miles later, I'm just going to remove the lower radiator hose in order to drain the coolant from the system. I would drain the system from the plastic petcock, but those often break, so I'm afraid to, so I'm just going to go off of the lower radiator hose. Then I just wait until everything is out of the system and then collect a sample so that way I can compare it later. Now this is the sample after the first flush. As you can tell, it's very dirty. It's still got a little bit of the orange tint to it, but that could also be mixed with a lot of contaminants. So we're going to flush it until this pretty much comes out clear. We're going to have to repeat the process a few times. So I'm going to start by attaching the lower radiator hose and clamping it down. Adding in the second and last flush cleaner. And to add the distilled water, I actually ended up purchasing this no-spill funnel. You just attach the right adapter and then the screw cap. And then you just attach the funnel, which gives you a lot more room to fill, leaving a lot less to spill. Then I'm just going to top it off with distilled water. And this is the last time I'm going to use the flush and cleaner, because after this it'll be straight distilled water until the system comes out clear. This time around, I'm just going to leave the car running for about 10 minutes with the flush and cleaner, and do the same thing for the rest of the flushes until it all comes out clear. And make sure the heater's on full blast. And now keeping in mind that I did replace the water pump, so a lot of the original coolant was gone. This was the first flush with the flush cleaner. This was the second with the flush cleaner. This was pure distilled water. This was pure distilled water, and it came out pretty clear. So last is just to fill it up with our 50-50 mix, and then measure it after, and then we're done. And that's it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys would like to see down in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more content like this, then please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you guys so much for watching.